So what might be different about Haley Frank's game compared to other three-point shooters that you faced?
Man, I feel like I've played against Haley Franks for 10 years. She's gets better every single year. What's different is her ability to get it off as quickly as she needs to. She's got range. She posts you up. She just reads the defense so well. She slip screens. She comes off screens. They set stagger screens for her. She plays the 4 and the 5, and that's just not a natural thing that you see people at her position do. And so it creates quite the mismatch depending on who you put on her. You put a smaller person on her, and she's going to go post you up. She's got great inside game, good footwork, good skill work. You put a big on her, they're gonna run her off staggers. They're gonna rescreen for her. So it's just a really difficult matchup, and it's been a lot of fun to watch her until you have to play her, and then it's not a lot of fun figuring out how you're gonna guard her.
Do you have a lockdown defender? And I know at different times you talked about different players like AC being good, whatever. Do you feel you have a lockdown defender? It's more of a team.
No, I think we do. I think we've got some versatility in who we can put on people. AC is a good example of that. I think Sahar's grown in her ability to defend. What helps both of them out is their length and their athleticism. And so I think both of them are people who have really taken on the responsibility of, guarding big guards or forwards. And so it gives us some options.
What confidence can be gleaned from the second half against South Carolina, and then what is being done to perhaps minimize the chance of a start like that happening again in the future?
Well, I think number one, just we got a lot of things done in terms of execution, continuing to play hard. Our young people got a lot of time. Those are all things that were really good for us because we're going to need them to continue to get better and to play. And I think the lesson learned from that game is and we've said it before, you just can't get off to that kind of start at all, home or away. But we're now going on the road to a team that plays really, really well at home. Missouri is a tough place to play, as is every game on the road, but they just are extremely good at home. And you come out and you miss an assignment, that's a 3. You come out and you don't get checked up in transition, that's a 3. You come down and 2 people run to the same man, it's an open 3. They all shoot it. They play 5 out a ton. And so we can't run to the basket. We've got to run out to guard and to defend the perimeter. You make mistakes on Thursday and you're down very quickly, just as we were on Sunday. It's just going to look differently. It's going to be a bunch of 3s instead of 2s and 3s.
Joni, have you guys been talking about that start? And I guess how do you? I guess what's the key to get out to a better start than obviously not repeating what happened in South Carolina?
Yeah, so we'll see them today for the first time. We always give them Monday off, so we're gonna. After we leave here, we'll go in there and we'll talk about it. We'll show it. I think our energy was off. Number one, it starts with your mindset. I didn't like our energy up until the game, I thought it was fine. And then once the game started, I said, what look is this? And so I think that's the first thing is like the starters are responsible for starting the game the right way. And we've got to be locked in and we've got to do that. And for the most part, they have this year. So I was a bit shocked that we did not start off better. But it's something that I do know that they're going to take ownership for and try their best to fix.
And this is, you're still going for your first SEC road win.
Yeah.
Now, what makes, and a lot of that has to do with the opponents you play, but what makes playing on the road in this league just so tough?
Everybody wants to protect home court. Everybody understands how important home wins are. Everybody has a really good crowd and a great environment. And those things all bottled up make it extremely difficult. Not impossible, but it's really hard.
When y'all are going through a scoring slump, what's something y'all talk about as a team to try to, even if it takes a while to really get the offense home and just kind of at least limit the amount of time in between made baskets and chip away a little bit?
I think it's taking the right shot. You've heard me say before, like, I shouldn't be surprised by the shot you take and you shouldn't be surprised by the shot I take. And so I think it's number one, taking the right shot. I think it's then figuring out an easy way to score, get a deflection for a rim run, go get an offensive rebound. And I didn't think we did that very well in the first quarter. Sunday, when we were struggling to score, struggling to see the basket go in the hole, I thought we felt sorry for ourselves instead of figuring out how to let our defense create some offense for us.
I understand it's still a couple days out, but is there what is the status of Parker and Johnson heading into Thursday?
Yeah, they're still both in protocol, and it'll be day by day. So,
Follow up on his question a little bit. I mean, you look at the stats. Is this a game where you might need a little more out of your offense? Because you look at Missouri's numbers and their defense; they've given up some points. Even if you play good defense, their 3s sometimes are good. Is this a game where maybe you might need a little responsibility from your offense?
We do. We need to be able to score. You got to be able to score with them, and then you got to be able to get stops. And they're going to make some shots. They've got to be tough shots. What we can't do is give up threes to them because we have made a mistake. I'm not IDing a shooter in transition. Two people going with the ball and leaving somebody wide open. We can't have those type of mistakes. We've got to make sure that everything is tough for them. And then offensively, we got to be able to score the basketball. And it's going to be difficult because they're going to pack the paint and they're going to dare us to shoot the basketball. So we've got to be willing to do some ugly things offensively in order to create points for ourselves.
I know you don't want to, there's never like every game's a must-win game, but you've got 2 back-to-back road games. You've done a good job this year protecting the home court, but now you've got it, we keep bringing it up, but you're going to have 2 chances to possibly show you can win some games on the road.
Yeah.
Talk about that to them, or just they know that's the case?
Well, I think they know that. We've talked about it before the season started, but I think it's this is where we have to grow. This is a growth area for us. We haven't done this very well, and until we can, it's going to be the same thing that keeps showing up for us. And we talk about it all the time. The same lesson's going to keep showing up until you learn from it. Same test. And so our test right now is winning a game on the road, and that's not to put pressure on them. It is what it is in this league, and so that's what we've got to be able to do.
Do you feel like, just from what you've seen around the landscape this year, that there's, I guess, double-edged sword? Y'all can maybe, obviously take the fight to teams on the road, but we've seen, Kansas go and beat Baylor, and, you guys beat Kansas, Auburn, beat LSU, just that there's a little more variability with some of these results.
Yeah, I think that our game has been headed in this direction for a while. I mean, our parity is incredible, and that's exciting because it just tells you that the game is growing. There's not just like 1 or 2 schools that everybody's dead set on going on. Ohio State beats Iowa. I mean, it's just a ton of parity, a lot of great players in our game, and that's exciting. And it's why our game is growing the way it is. One of the reasons.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.